here's the thing about Seth Rogen is, because you seem such a relaxed, kind of cool guy.
Yes.
Very relaxed.
I am pretty relaxed.
Yeah, very relaxed. And yet, you have this work ethic. I mean, if anyone younger is watching, this will make you feel like an underachiever. Because how old were you when you ever wrote the first draft of Superbad?
We were like 14 when we finished the first draft,
really?
I think. 14 or 15.
Losers!
Yeah. It didn't get made till 10 years after that, but we wrote it in high school instead
That's incredible.
I'm sure everyone who didn't write a script probably hooked up with more girls than I did. So it all equals out in the end.
But you were doing stand-up at that age, weren't you?
Yeah, I started stand-up when I was 13, and
But
I
what
did
did you
it.
talk about?
I talked about 13-year-old stuff. I talked about like trying to touch boobs and stuff like that. Like
stuff.
When I first started doing it, I told kind of normal jokes, and then another comedian came up to me and was like, "You're the only 13-year-old doing stand-up. Like you can talk about stuff no one else can talk about." And I think that was like the first moment where I was like, "Oh, we should write about what we're going through." So like all my friends are having kids and not being able to party anymore. So that's like what Neighbors is about. Like we really look for what we're experiencing, you know.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, I was gonna another compliment.
Yeah,
I
great.
think what I've always appreciated about his sort of sensibility in his comedy is that it all comes from such an honest place. And I don't know, I've related to every single character that you've played. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I get it. I get you do. And it was really fun. It was really fun to, I don't know, to sort of, I became kind of my character. I went a little method.
Really? You went crazy during it?
I did,
Because you do, in the movie, it's very intense what goes on in that
intense
house.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Now, in terms of acting techniques, Matt, I don't know, you must remember those famous episodes of Friends where Joey would explain his acting techniques.
Oh, yeah.
The Joey acting classes and stuff.
Smell the fart acting.
Yeah, well, yeah. We love, because was that Joey or was that you?
No, that was the writing staff. We had some great writers, but that was really funny. And then there was...
So talk us through Smell the Fart.
Well, the smell the fart acting was when he was on Days of Our Lives.
I can help you out with this.
It was when you forget your line, you kind of go... And then you continue and you remember.
That totally, I was captivated.
Yeah, I got that.
It's very similar to...
Yeah, and you can do it more subtle too, just to...
And then we did another one where Joey was teaching an acting class for soap operas. And like if you have to cry, you cut a hole in your pocket and you take a tweezers and you just start pulling.
Good idea. I've pinched myself a few times. Yeah. The problem is I like it.
If you have to be like perplexed, you just think of some long division. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But that wasn't like improv like these guys do. That was all, I can't take any credit for that. It was all the writers.
Yeah, but you still got it. You still got it.
Yeah. I had to sell it, but it was...
But also, now that you know those things, like, do you find yourself ever, when you're actually properly acting, thinking, I just did smell the fart?
No.
Do you have tricks, Zach, when you're acting?
No, I'm just good.
Yeah. I thought as well. But the transformation is extraordinary in here. And a bit like keeping the accent up all the time. Did you keep the teeth in all the time?
Crazy. Yeah, I had his teeth in because he has an overbite, a massive overbite, which he never wanted to mess with because he has 4-octave range that he said, I'm not screwing with this at all.
Wow.
Right, yeah. So I had these teeth made. I was like you, I enjoyed it so much. I'm not a method actor.
I'm a method actor, so let's stop talking down method actors.
Okay. I have no problem with it. I'm just saying I'm not. It's for the purpose of explaining the story.
Okay, fine.
I've worked with method actors that I absolutely adore, and we can go on about that. I'll tell you about this.
Yeah, do.
Right now.
So you kept your teeth in.
I kept my teeth in because I never get a chance to end every sentence with darling and dear. and Freddie does, and that's quite nice. It's nice. It's nice being. I'd rather be Freddie Mercury for most of the day than be Rami Malek. You know what I mean?
No.
I know what you're saying by that, and I appreciate it.
Now, talking of acting, you obviously had to cut your teeth, and I love this fact that there is an episode where Sean Penn appears in Little House on the Prairie.
That's right.
Who did you play in Little House on the Prairie?
I was an extra.
I like this story that you still were very dedicated to your craft, even as an extra.
Well, what happened, it was my first time on a movie set, and at a certain point they broke for lunch, and you know, it's Little House on the Prairie, so you're in very heavy woolen suits. It's 106 degrees in Simi Valley, and I didn't think it appropriate to break out of the story we were telling or the time period we were telling to go to a catered lunch. So I stayed out in the sun, and by the time they came back and said action, I found that I could do an Irish jig and then fall straight down. And neither of those were what was scripted. It's just my feet started doing that, and I had sunstroke. So I've been going to catered lunches ever since.
And what's the weird story about you wanting to become a spy?
Well, I had to make a film where I was a spy, and I was looking for a secret agent to talk to and understand.
They're hard to find.
They're hard to find. But I had an intuition, actually, because I heard a sort of a story from the neighbor. It was a little weird, but then I thought maybe I should go and knock at his door and then ask some questions. Because his wife also was a kind of investigator in journalism or something, and she was very talkative. He was not. But I knocked at the door, and then they invited me in, and we talked a little bit, and then we saw each other again and again, like 2 or 3 times. And after a while, I got quite a lot of information.
But I would put it to you that your neighbour was a very bad spy.
Yeah.
If he just told you everything.
Yeah.
After you popped around for coffee.
No
torture, no nothing, just some biscuits.
That's an easy one, isn't it? Although if I was a spy, I'd tell everyone. I'd go, you never guess what, I'm a spy.
No, but he was retiring. He was retiring.
But you're kind of known for, you do learn how to do things. Like, you did learn how to make chocolate for chocolat.
Right.
But those things, do you still know? Or is it like you know in the moment and then you just, I don't know.
No, you have, well, memory, I mean, it fades away a lot of things.
Don't it, though?
Or we do. Yeah, I still know some stuff about chocolate. You know, don't heat it up too much, and you can mix it with, you know, butter, milk, and sugar, whatever.
Now, Ricky, because Ricky acts, you do a lot of acting. Now, would you describe yourself in the same way? Are you very immersive? Are you a method actor?
No. It's too much work. No.
Too much work.
It's too much. All that. Oh no. I just. What's the character? It's me. Same hair, so I'm not in makeup very long. You get this hair. You get this accent. I'm from Reading. I write that in. I'm from Reading. One of the first things I had was there was a scene, and it was me sitting down, and the door had to go, and I had to get up and answer it. Okay. And I realised that takes all day. You're up and down all day. So now, if it's like you answer the door, I just change the line to "come in." So, because I know about directing now, I go, well, that'll take ages. I'm not doing that. That needs a wig. I'm not wearing a beard. So that's how I choose my roles. My ideal role would be, I think, a spaceman, because you're just floating around in the same thing. You can't, no makeup. You can just have a wee where you are. You don't need to go to the toilet. That would be my ideal role.
Oh, how different the acting style of Ronnie Corbett? Because how many weeks of a fish-only diet did you go through before taking on the role of a sea lion in Fierce Creatures? This is unbelievable. I mean, it's like watching a documentary, isn't it, Juliet?
I love the flippers.
I love the glasses. I feel like there's no concession at all.
I just accepted that. Yeah, well, some seals wear glasses.
Talking of pumped up, you get to wear the suit
Yeah.
Which is a nice, you know, kind of like, I'm wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a big red body condom.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure.
But-
Call it a suit, whatever you want.
But Josh, like, that, it's really you that, like...
Hey! I'm really in the suit, okay? I'm sorry.
You should like put the suit on, sort of like.
It's just
Wiggle
like a
into it.
team of people that get that thing on.
Like
and I'm
a-
always like so terrified I'll like throw up in the mask or something. You know,
sweat
I
in
have all
it.
these weird. Oh yes,
Sneeze?
there's
Do you
a
ever
lot of.
sneeze in the
there's a
mask?
lot- I have all the
You
time.
have sneezed.
You have one of those like
Remember that.
scratches that you just.
Yeah,
down.
no, nothing. There's nothing that can. There's no space in that thing at all. When I put it on, I can actually taste my own genitals. It's disgusting. It's just like everything is
Wow. Do they roll you in talc or something?
I do. That's just when I get home for my
The
wife.
smell of lavender when you walk on set.
You know, there's something about him that he oozes that he's worked out, even though he has a suit on and all that. When I went and did Avengers, you know, I saw those guys put on suits, and I saw underneath, like, I was like, you're not working out at all. And I won't say who it is. And then they put on the suits, and they looked fantastic. They looked amazing. Whereas him, his suit doesn't really have any bumps and stuff that's not there. So I know that he's back in his thing, because he's kind of like the Daniel Day-Lewis of comedians, you know what I'm saying?
Very method.
Whereas me, as a 50-year-old man who gets sore, I put myself through torture for you.
Yeah. And boy, did it pay off.
It really did.
I got shredded.
I know. Incredible.
It's crazy.
And what was nice was you kept your fans up to date. You posted videos of your workouts. Here's one of the videos of you working out. Were you involved in that, Ryan?
No, I had
No,
nothing
but he
to
had.
do with
No,
that.
for sure you did, because it was very indirect. You were in that bathroom, admit it.
I filmed it. That was me.
Jason, because you have this incredibly strong look, you know...
It's the forehead.
Yeah, no, but it's everything.
The caveman forehead.
Yeah, it's a look, but you do take your acting very seriously. You know, you approach each role, and... Was it Conan that you were quite method for Conan?
Yeah, I had some stupid idea to, you know, you idolize actors when I was growing up, and Marlon Brando was obviously a huge one. And I heard Streetcar, like he got punched in the nose, and it made so he could change his face. And yeah, I asked a buddy to punch me in the face, and I never had my nose broken, and it, you know, broke me straight on. But in Conan, there's a gigantic bump hook in there, and my wife was so pissed.
I hope I don't have a friend who would do that for me. Apparently I do. Because now you've been in so many films, very experienced in front of the camera, but in real life, didn't you pretend to be your own agent?
I did. I've never been very good with being agented or with agents, and I fire them left, right, and centre. I fired one poor man who was a brilliant agent just because I saw his anus.
Not just 10% of it.
It was ridiculous. We were at some film festival, and his shower broke down. He wanted to borrow my bath in my suite, and I said, all right. And I forgot he was in there. And I walked in, and he was on all fours washing. Who washes like that? I've never heard of such a thing. And anyway, the view was awful. It was...
Why? I don't understand. He was on all fours.
Yes, and his bottom towards me, this awful, soapy flag of Japan. I have to say to you, you're a great agent. I'm really, really fond of you, but I've seen your anus and you've got to go. So I did then invent an agent for 3 or 4 years called James Howeley, which was saved a lot of money. You know, people would send me a script, and James Howeley would say, thank you so much for submitting the script. I'll get it to Hugh as soon as possible and get back to you. But I got caught out in the end, because I used to, you know, do these emails a bit drunk, and I, you know, to say, Hugh's read the script and he really enjoys it. He'd like to meet up. Best wishes, Hugh. And then they rang one time, and I thought, I haven't got a voice for James Howeley. And for some reason, I panicked, and I went with genteel Edinburgh old lady. It was pretty much Janet from Dr. Finley's case. Oh, well, hello now. Shall we have a wee cup of tea then? It was ludicrous and unconvincing.
On the anus
breast front. I woke up the other day and I was lying on the bed and I've got a little dog, little rescue dog, adorable thing, and he was lying on one of my boobs, which is tricky when they're in a bra, but very easy when they're not. A big comfy cushion. And he pushed himself off the boob, and it really hurt, so I made a noise of pain. And at the same time, unbeknownst to me, my husband was bent over picking up a sock off the floor, fully naked, with his anus in much the same situation, spread in my face. And the noise that I made, he thought I was making that noise because of what I'd just seen. And the noise I made was this. Oh! And I said to him, I've been with you for 13 years, I love you very dearly. I would never make a noise upon seeing any part of you. I might do a face. I might do a little retch, but it would be entirely inaudible. Nothing too much.
Marilyn, as I say, you play Laurence Olivier and you're making this film. He was the Prince of the Showgirl.
Yeah.
And there was a clash of cultures because they did a very different approaches to acting.
Yeah. I mean, he considered himself very sort of traditional. She had an acting coach who was with her most of the time. She used to go to for advice. Aside from showing up late, she also, when they played a love scene and he wanted her to just react to what was in the scene and to show up on time and know the lines, she needed to just to feel it. And she said famously that when she wanted to show in her eyes that she was in love with him, she needed to think of things that she loved, like Coca-Cola. Or Frank Sinatra, which is unfortunate if you're Laurence Olivier listening to all of that. And she sort of needed to feel it, and he felt you should just sort of show up and do the best you could when you were ready. She just felt you had to wait for the muse to visit. It didn't visit very often.
And when you started in the business, Laurence Olivier was still acting. So did you ever meet him?
I never met him, but I wrote to him when I was 19 years old, and I was struggling, as always, with a part in Chekhov's play Three Sisters, and he'd played the part of Dr. Chebutikin, which he'd just been in a film of, which he directed. I wrote and said, because I was at that point just sort of bending over double and pouring flour all over my hair and pretending to be old, and it wasn't very effective. And I wrote and said, was there anything that you watched or heard or listened to or saw that was inspiration that you could share with me? And he said, yes, there was, but no, he wouldn't. He said, because you really got to work this out for yourself. He said, but my advice is to have a bash and hope for the best, which I certainly wish you. So I did. I wrote this down on a Post-it and put it above my mirror, my dressing room mirror, when I came to do this. But what I remember about that experience of that letter coming through the post, my little bedsit in Wilderston Green, which I was staying at the time, was just the letter itself. It was so the quality of the notepaper was so rich. I felt like somebody had sent me a tablecloth. It was so thick, and then the embossed Laurence Olivier at the top. I felt as though it was like a roller coaster. It was so high up the page that I felt. I mean, it's in a drawer at home in a special place. It was to have, just someone even bother from a drama student who found his address in the who's who of the theatre. I was able to write to him, get a reply, and be inspired for the rest of my days. So it was very, very memorable.
That's a beautiful story. Steve, you're known for kind of doing voices and impressions, but have you had to get a voice that right before?
You know, I'm not much of an impressionist, actually. I have a couple accents. I have a couple accents I can do, but it's not really. I trade in sincerity. You know, that's my brand, if you will.
If you can fake that, you can do anything.
But luckily, my speaking voice is not so far off from Oliver Hardy's speaking voice. We have the same range vocally. We both sing in a similar style, so it wasn't such a long way to go. And of course, Steve, I had a lot of competition with Steve. He had like a out-of-the-box Stan Laurel impression. Immediately, I was like, all right, well, I better get to work here.
Yeah.
This guy can already do it.
Well, that can be...
Day one.
Well, but that can be a curse. That if you think that because you can do an impersonation, you've sort of nailed something, then you're on it's a fool's errand. You know, you've got to... it's kind of strange, sort of the reverse of method acting. You have all this physical stuff, and you've got the voice, and you look like them, and then you think, well, that's all external stuff. You've got to try and... use it to reverse engineer your way back into who they are, you know, as people.
And I mean, I know the trip isn't real life, but, you know, where you're doing all those voices all the time. When you were filming this, did you have to be really strict with yourself and kind of go, I'm only doing Stan Laurel, I mustn't do anyone else?
Well, do you know, it's funny enough, when I started to do more serious acting, rather than just being stupid all the time, which has been very good for me, the best direction I got was from Stephen Frears when I did Philomena. All he ever did was, when I was being too big, he'd just look at me and go, Steve, bring it down. So, yeah, all I had to do was just not be big. And not hang around Rob Brydon, actually, that helped.
And is it the people in your canon, are you adding to it all the time, or who's in your canon?
I don't really, to be honest, I don't really, I mean, my impressions stop around the time of Neil Kinnock, which shows you how long it is since I actually practiced impersonation. So I can only do sort of, I mean, I can only do people from, I don't know people in the audience. I mean, does anyone remember Ronnie Corbett?
Oh, go on. Of course they go on.
Well, I used to do Ronnie Corbett in Vietnam. You know, there I was, you know, in the jungle, you know. Went out from the bushes. You don't remember the Viet Cong.
I know who that is.
Brilliant. Do you still do Sly Stallone? What? Do you still do Sly Stallone?
Yeah, I used to do a routine about Sly Stallone and Alan Bennett in the same film, which was this was quite interesting. That I'm actually being able to reuse 30-year-old material on television. Yeah, I used to do Sylvester Stallone sort of saying, you know, doing a lot of swearing like that, talking about I just had one of those days, you know. And his mother loving came out to bust his ass. What about you? I had one of those days. What about you, Alan?
Yes, I've had one of those days, too. My mother sent me to the corner shop for a packet of lemon puffs, and I came back with happy faces. So good.
And were you guys friends? Always friends?
No.
Oh, so you met for this?
Yeah. OK, but what's also weird, too, and I need to just tell the world this, because you think this is normal, and it's just not. He cast me without auditioning me or seeing me in anything ever.
What?
And he goes, yeah, but that's fine. I'm aware of you. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I met you before. I was like, we met twice in passing. Yeah. And you put me in your movie. He's still like, yeah, I know, yeah, what's wrong? Look at his essence. His essence.
How could you not cast his essence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get an essence and give somebody. Is that how you got a part? That's not how you get a job. An essence.
It's the greatest like acting in the world. Like I don't know how to describe it, except it just felt exactly right. He's amazing.
Well, you do seem brilliant. I mean, but you weren't in your head when you were writing Benji. You weren't thinking of.
No, I was going to play that role, and then I was dissuaded.
Took it from him.
Yeah.
And is it true, Kieran, you weren't going to do this film? You didn't want to.
At one point, yes, I did try to back out of this film. Whoops.
2 weeks before we shot, not at one point.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks before we...
Yeah, he didn't know that. They kept him in the dark about me trying to get out of the movie thing. Glad I didn't. There we go. He made a good movie.
It is a really good movie. It is a really... And you're both... It baffles my mind that you were going to play Benji.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, because you both seem so perfect in those roles.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, but we can do different characters. Yeah. What to say?
Don't take it personally.
Yes. But now, you say you've only met a couple of times, but is one of those meetings, it was an audition, wasn't
Yeah, exactly. That's where we first met, and it was in 2008, and I had no recollection until Kieran brought it up.
I brought it up like a couple weeks ago.
I know how you feel.
He didn't, Yeah, I'm very memorable. Thanks, guys. But he's fucking bring me another goddamn drink.
Yeah. You want to tell the story?
I leave an impression. No, you tell the damn story.
I actually never heard it from your perspective.
Because it's less interesting. You talk.
Really?
Yeah.
Jump in if I get something wrong. Yeah, we were at an audition for a movie that I was already acting. It was called Adventureland, and I was already in the... That's a lot.
Yes,
and so I was like already in. So he and Kieran came in to audition. The character that Kieran was auditioning for was supposed to like constantly like hit me and manhandle me and like knock me around and stuff. But none of the actors auditioning would do that because it's so you don't we're in a union. And so but then Kieran came in, and not only did he like punch me in the groin, which is what the character is scripted to do, he also grabbed my like breasts and twisted them. And as the director, too quietly said, "Cut, please stop, please stop." Kieran was grabbing onto my chest, looking over and saying, what? And so I remembered this thing, I think unconsciously, which is that, like, I was kind of in control in this room, and yet somebody came in and, like, stole the room and also was brilliant. And that's what this movie is. Like, I pay for this trip, I arrange the tour, and yet he comes in and takes over immediately.
Worth noting I didn't get the part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But do you not remember that?
No, I remember that. He didn't remember it.
Oh, okay. What was going on in your head when you decided to do that to him in audition?
Head? I don't have one. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Obviously, I'm not thinking. That's not part of the preparation. It's like, okay, on this line, I'm going to touch the left nipple. There's no. But I do remember when he stopped us, I was still holding your nipples, taking the note. I was like, uh-huh. Okay, so do you want to go back to the beginning? Oh, sorry, by the way.
But do you do that a lot at auditions?
Do I touch nipples at audition? No.
If there's, like, let's say, there's a kissing scene in a movie and you're auditioning for it and that
Do I kiss the person that I'm...
Yeah.
What do you think?
I did that once.
Did you?
Never again.
Why would you do that?
Because I was 13. I had no idea.
You were 13 and you kissed somebody you were doing a scene
an
with?
audition with.
Did she punch you or what happened?
I think No, I didn't get punched. It was worse. I heard from my agent not to do that again.
That is worse, actually.
Oh, you'd be sick.
Yeah. Nicola and Daniel are just going, oh, my God.
I told you this story today. I did get a job once. I auditioned for something. It was the play Suburbia, and the playwright was there, Eric Bogosian. And there's a part where, like, the character Buff has to mime giving a blowjob. And I got the part that day. No, don't. Just stop. Mime, I said. But I said, he goes, you know what it was? It was the blowjob. And I said, oh, why? Did none of the other actors, like, drop to their knees and do it? He goes, no, you were the only one that cupped the balls.
That's acting.
Put that on your show.
Yeah.
You can just get that one. Always cut the balls.
There's got to be a dance mix. There's got to be a dance mix. You go, cut the balls, cut the balls.
Always cut the balls.
From the dressmaker, you had the animals of Australia decided they'd like to be in the film.
Yeah, I've worked, so there it is again. That's that landscape. It is so incredible. Yeah, the dressmaker, there was an emu who just was desperate to always be in the back of shot. So Liam Hemsworth could regularly be found, to my joy, chasing this emu like this. But it wouldn't go, it would just keep reappearing. And there were possums and then when I did Holy Smoke when I was much, much younger, always the kangaroos, always on the way to work. Oh, my God, look, I'm so little. Look.
Baby.
Yeah.
And was Holy Smoke the film where you thought you were going to go full method as an actor?
Oh, you're going to get me to talk about weeing, aren't you?
I wasn't. No,
Last time it was pooing, and now it's weeing. You bring it up. You know it. No, I had a scene in Holy Smoke where I play a young girl who her family believes she needs to be deprogrammed because she spent some time in India and they're concerned that she's fallen in love with a guru and she's lost her mind, and actually she hasn't at all. And Harvey Keitel plays a sort of a cult deprogramming expert. And my character tries to convince him that it's working, it's all working. And so she takes all of her clothes off and walks towards him in the desert saying, look, it's worked, I'm free. And she's just pissing and pissing. And I thought, OK, how am I really going to do that then? Am I going to actually have to do a wee on camera? And Jane Campion, the director, said to me, well, it would be nice, you know, if you could... You could try, darling. I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do that. That sounds really horrible. And so there was a rig, there was a wee rig. God, why do I tell these stories? Happening to me again. So there was a wee rig which was attached to the back of my hair by a little piece of kind of fishing wire, and it was a bag of saline drip fluid that they sort of dyed a little bit green. And then I had to kind of get this...
Green.
Choose. No, yellow. Did I say green?
Yeah. It said green. I didn't mean green. There's something about this film we don't know.
I didn't mean green. I didn't mean green.
What colour would my character's urine be?
Green. I had to get this little pipe and wedge it in, you know, a specific spot.
Is that someone's job, or do you have to do that?
No, I insisted that would be my own job. Someone did offer. But I said, no, it's fine. I think I've got this. So I had to wedge this tube right in the coochie. And then at a certain point, they'd quickly cut, and the makeup artist would run in and release this fluid, and then it would just gush. But the problem is, when you're a girl, It doesn't go in a stream down the middle. It goes all down the leg and no paper. So this was not a good shot. So the number of times I do this flipping thing just to get the wee to hit the floor, I'm like, I'm not a guy.
That's
but
why.
there you go.
But every year, I think, you know, you think about what you're going to put in a stocking fillers. Every year, and I never do it, I think, I've got to get some shiwis.
Someone gave me a shiwi. It's
so
brilliant.
Does it work?
It's I used it at Glastonbury.
No.
I used my shiwi at Glastonbury last year.
Adrian doesn't know what a shiwi is.
It's a cup.
Yeah, you put your
It's a cup
on your...
with a little tube.
Yeah, with a thing.
Okay. And then, so it means that you can stand up and
have a little wee.
And you can direct the flow.
Yeah. It's absolutely brilliant, I tell you.
I have an image in my head now.
Yeah.
You can never unsee it. You can never unsee it.
Now, this is exciting. Another movie star on the sofa. Dua Lipa, only in the biggest movie of the year. You were in Barbie. I know.
This is very embarrassing. I'm sitting on a sofa with major actors, legendary actors, and I'm here. I'm very proud of it, but
Yes.
I'm quite embarrassed. I feel like I'm going...
No.
I'm blushing.
But you were Mermaid Barbie. And I just
my
wonder,
God.
do you get to choose? Did you say, I'd like to be Mermaid Barbie, or did they say...
No, Greta asked me. I was doing the song for the film first, and then Greta asked me if I would be her mermaid Barbies, because it's plural, because I did 4 of them. So I got to change all the wigs and the costumes and get in 4 different fishtails.
There you are.
Oh, my God, so much fun.
Get carried around. My feet were kind of... There was a hole at the back of it because I couldn't quite mould my feet to go all the way down. So there's a hole at the back. And
So
my
you
feet
didn't
would
chop
pop
your
out.
feet off?
I didn't chop my feet
That's
off.
not method.
It wasn't, I know, but I know you guys go all the way, but I had to keep my feet.
That's
I
how
need
you win
them
an
for
Academy
dance.
Award.
No, because, Michael Caine, you did the famous acting masterclasses.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It was in the 80s, wasn't it? Kind of late 80s?
Yeah, it must have been the 80s.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah, I saw one.
Did you?
Yeah, and it gave me a big lesson in movie acting. Big lesson.
What was it?
About where to look when you on the close-up.
Yeah, I'm doing it to you now.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
One eye and you look at it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
start-
yeah.
Because in the movies, because it's so high, usually when you engaged with someone, you're looking from eye to eye for some reason or other. And in the movies, your eyes are jerking around like that, and it's not really cool.
It is cool.
You know? Right.
It's very
see?
cool.
A little later, darling.
No, you must also position behind you is a camera, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So if I'm naturally talking to you, my 2 eyes are on you here, and we're talking. In a camera, I move over to there, and my other eye is in the camera, but I'm looking at you.
Ooh.
That's
Very
the
good.
trick.
Wow.
And you don't blink unless you know you've got something in your eye.
Yeah. I don't have to blink at all.
Marlene Dietrich told me that. Marlene Dietrich told me that, yeah. I was at a birthday party for Liza Minnelli, and her godmother was Marlene Dietrich. And then she saw me, and I was just sort of famous as Alfie or something, you know, and she knew who I was. And she said to me, she said, "You're supposed to be a movie star. Why are you dressed so scruffily?" And she started giving me a about dressing. And I thought, this is Marlene Dietrich, you know. And there was a buffet, and she said, "There's a buffet, let's have dinner." So I said, "Oh, OK, all right, OK." I said, "Come on then, we'll go and choose." She said, "No, you choose." I said, "What do you want?" She said, "Whatever you have, I'll have it." And then I sat down, and she said, "And another thing, you're using the wrong eyes." And then she told me that story. It's amazing. And then someone else said, "Never blink." People don't like that when you blink, no.
Never what? Keep them
Unless
open
there
or-
is a reason.
There's a reason.
Other
If you
than
got- if you
having
got-
something, you can make comments.
Yeah.
With
I've talked to you without
blink,
blinking
you
the
know.
entire time.
You didn't blink once.
I know.
I just assumed you may have had a glass eye.
I'm just trying to be like you.
Just keep them
Have a glass eye. You mustn't blink.
The performances are amazing. I mean, you're so good in it. But The fact that you have done a lot of wrestling, did that come into play in your wanting to do it, you're being asked to do it?
That was the only reason they cast me.
Stop that now.
No.
Stop it.
No, I did wrestle in high school. And so I thought that was going to help me, give me a leg up, until I had to wrestle against Channing Tatum.
Big guy.
Whose arm is bigger than my torso.
But you got very strong.
Yeah, I put on 30 pounds.
Wow. But now, I spoke to Steve Carell about it briefly, and I think it's fair to say he said making this film was not a barrel of laughs. It was quite tough.
Yeah. It was, we were shooting in Pittsburgh in the winter. There was never any heat. It's a lovely place.
Lovely.
If you like steel mills that don't function anymore. So it was cold, and we had to wrestle all the time. And the wrestling was really, I was playing a 35-year-old man who's at the peak of his athletic prowess, and I'm a 47-year-old man who is at the bottom of his athletic prowess, whatever's left of it.
And is it true the thing that you guys didn't really hang out, you didn't socialize, you didn't break?
Channing and I were together every moment, but Steve Carell was sort of off in his own thing, and you'll see the way he looks in the movie is so repulsive that no one wanted to talk to him anyway.
Because Anne Hathaway, when she was here, she was saying the same thing on The Devil Wears Prada. It was real.
Yeah.
That not that you know, not that we were horrible, but that no one spoke. People you didn't speak.
Oh, well, they all had a fabulous time. Stanley Tucci and Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway. And then I was off in my camper sulking. I just didn't, thought it wouldn't be helpful. I'm sure Steve was thinking this way, because when you're, and I like to have a good time. I mean, that's basically why I'm in it, you know, is to have fun. And, but I couldn't do that and then sort of walk in and chill the blood. So it is a funny thing.
Because James McAvoy, when you were in The Last King of Scotland, Forrest Whitaker, he stayed. Did he stay in? Yeah. That's good, though. Good.
Oh, no.
But Forrest Whitaker did that thing of being Idi Amin all the time.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, man. It was kind of weird. I was lucky. I was sort of allowed in. He was gorgeous. Listen, he was never, like, in character. He was never committing, you know... atrocities and crimes against humanity.
That's good.
But I remember one particular day, we were driving this car, and I had a beautiful little clapped-out Mercedes, like 70s Mercedes in the thing, which had a hole in the bottom, Flintstone style. And it was one of Edie's original cars as well. Anyway, so I was driving him. Little did he know that I didn't have a driver's licence at the time. Whilst I was tail fishing round corners in between takes. And he was, I have to take this call. And he stayed in character, and he was on the phone to his lawyer. And it was brilliant. He was like, how much money do they want for their part? I cannot believe it. It is unbelievable. And you're like, the worst Ugandan accent you've ever heard. All of Uganda, please forgive me.
Now, obviously, Steve Carell prosthetics, but you really did it. I mean, the hair, the weights.
Amazing.
It's a good look, right?
Well, how long did you have to look like that for?
A long time. Months and months.
How did that go down at home?
Not well. Just turn off the light, darling. We'll play Intruder tonight. This one time.
And the extraordinary thing is, like, you know, because lots of comics do get a hit sitcom, it's brilliant. But for you then to come out of that and have the amazing film career you've had on top of that...
It's been quite... I mean, it started off a little strange with Popeye, where it was like, whoops, but then... and then work your way back!
Exactly. I watched that quite recently, and it's a beautiful, beautiful film.
It really is. It just was a movie. It was like, at the end, it was like Ed Wood. They ran out of money. Shelley was in this pond with an octopus with no mechanism going, help! Help! And, you know, but it was a sweet movie.
And really lovely music as well.
Oh, great music. It's Harry Nilsson. I mean, the combination was pretty insane. Harry Nilsson, Jules Pfeiffer, Robert Altman, even Nostradamus would go, I gotta go, you know? It was a great group of people.
But then you were just absolutely on a roll after that.
Yeah, I got to do... the great thing for me is, no matter what movie it is, I get to work with extraordinary people. I've worked with, people like Glenn Close, John Lithgow, Walter Matthau, Max von Sydow, Robert De Niro, Pacino. I didn't get to work with Brando. I met him, and he was very, very excited to go, you're so funny. I couldn't work with you because I'd be laughing all the time and I'd drop my chicken.
And how did people like De Niro and Pacino take to you?
Well, the weird thing with Pacino is, he's a method actor, so he would... The first day on the set, I came to visit, and he was on... He prepared for the scene by doing this kind of... Rah! Rah! And I was backstage, and I went... Me. And he got, who did that? Who did that? Went, it's me, Mr. Pacino. Nice to meet you. And I went, oh, hey, Robin, it's you. Okay, we'll start. Let's do this. Let's do this. With De Niro, I know him, so he's like, let's try. It'll be fun. It'll be good. That'll be good. That's nice. And my favorite, the guy to work with who's probably the craziest, most wonderful, is Chris Walken. Because he says things in the weirdest way anybody does. I love you so much that I can't... Shit. But it is the way that I do it, and after you get to work with all these people, the whole experience of making movies is just the joy of working with all of them, plus great cinematographers, great directors, great crew in weird places, and for me, it's a gift. It's really kind of a joy. And the chance to do characters like 1 Hour Photo, to play someone that creepy, you get to explore criminal behavior and not do jail time.
Yeah.